Hi, I'm Mike, founder of GoodBed.com. Today we're going to show you a brand new product line from Sealy that is their first product line that really emphasizes the use of natural materials. It's called Sealy Naturals. We're excited to show it to you. Stick around. All right, so at a high level, this is a pretty straightforward line consisting of 3 total models, a firm, a medium, and a soft. And each of these models has the identical construction with one exception, which is the softness of the top layer of latex. And that's essentially the only variation that gives these mattresses their different feels. So let's talk about what that construction is that they all have in common. And we'll start by just saying at a high level, these are latex hybrid mattresses. That might be how you see them referred to. We would, just to be a little bit more specific than that, we'd classify these as 100% natural latex over pocketed coil construction. In terms of the layering, let's start with the coil layer. This is a pocketed coil support unit, as I mentioned, which means that each of the coils is encased in their own fabric. They can move independently of one another, which is good for motion isolation and so forth, as well as conformance. This particular unit has 1,072 coils in a queen size. It's got 2 rows of edge coils going around the perimeter of the mattress. These are smaller diameter, stronger coils to give the mattress a strong edge. And in particular, a unique thing about this particular coil unit is on the fabric encasements of those edge coils, the fabric is perforated just to allow for a little bit more airflow coming through that coil unit. That's a coil unit, by the way, that you will see used in some of the other high-end Sealy products like the Posturepedic Plus line. They call it the Response Pro HD coil unit. That's the coil unit you have on each of these mattresses. That coil unit will rest on a 1-inch layer of 100% natural Dunlop latex. That's just kind of giving those coils something solid to rest on. They're an 8-inch coil unit, so basically between that and the 1 inch of latex on the bottom, you're looking at the bottom 9 inches of the mattress there. Above that, you have a 3-inch layer of, again, 100% natural Dunlop latex. That's the layer that will vary only in softness between the 3 models. But in each case, it will be a 3-inch layer of that same material. Then above that, you have a layer of wool. The only thing between the cover and that latex is wool, obviously a natural material there. And then the cover is made of kind of a blend. It's principally organic cotton, but it also has tencel as well as hemp, as well as some polyester, really mostly just to give the cover some more strength and durability. All of these, by the way, have the same looking cover in general. They have the same side panels, kind of a natural, kind of oatmeal looking complexion to it. And then the last thing I want to point out about the construction here is just how all that is held together, which is through what is known as functional tufting. You may have seen us explain this in other videos. This is a real traditional way of building a mattress where you actually are holding the mattress together with a piece of, in this case, it looks like a piece of nylon, going all the way from the top of the mattress to the bottom, really holding things together in a strong way. This has a few benefits or a few maybe features. One is it gives the mattress kind of a unique feel. The layers of the mattress are allowed to kind of billow up a little bit around those tufts, but it also holds the mattress together in a really strong, sturdy, durable way. And we'll talk in a minute about the other implication, which is that it doesn't require as much glue to be used in the mattress because you're holding it together in this other way. That's another thing to note about the construction of these mattresses. All right, so now that we've covered the construction and the materials of this mattress, I want to dive a little deeper into some of the natural aspects, because this being a line called Sealy Naturals, it's obviously the natural features are something that they're going to be touting and putting front and center in this lineup. I'm going to start with the one I just alluded to a moment ago, which relates to this functional tufting, and specifically the use of functional tufting requiring less glue to be used in holding the mattress together. So typically glue is used holding the layers of a mattress together. By using functional tufting, they're able to use 65% less glue than they would otherwise need to use to make this mattress. So why does that help as a natural feature? Well, glue is obviously not natural. So the less you have of that, essentially the more natural the mattress is. So that's number one. Number two, obviously fire barriers is another area where mattresses often use non-natural materials and non-natural solutions. In this case, the fire barrier or the fire standards are being met entirely through the use of this wool layer at the top of the mattress. Wool is a natural fire retardant. So there's nothing unnatural in this mattress that is serving as a fire retardant or fire barrier. It's just wool, which is obviously 100% natural. That's another nice feature. I talked about the latex. Latex can be made 100% synthetically, meaning from petroleum. It can be made 100% naturally, meaning entirely from the sap of a rubber tree. And it can be made with a blend of the two. This is 100% natural Dunlop latex, meaning it's made entirely from sap of rubber trees. So again, 100% natural product there in that latex layer. Moving down to the coils of the mattress, one thing that's worth noting here is that these are 90% recycled steel. Now that's actually something that's true of this same coil unit when it's used elsewhere in Sealy's products, but I think it's particularly worth noting here because obviously if you're looking at this line, you might be even more interested in that fact, that there's a sustainability aspect to the coils used here. And then of course you have on the very bottom of the mattress, you have again another 100% natural layer of latex. That's an area actually where you might have seen a corner get cut. They might have just used foam on the bottom there, but they chose not to. They chose to actually use another inch of latex. So having 4 inches of total latex, even though that bottom layer of latex isn't one that you're necessarily going to feel as much, but it's adding some comfort to those who are interested in the natural aspects of this mattress to know that even in that bottom layer, it's 100% natural latex being used. All right, so now that we've covered the natural features of this mattress, if you're interested in a natural mattress, another thing you might be interested in is the certifications that really demonstrate how natural a mattress is. Now, I should preface this by saying this is not a certified organic mattress. There is such a thing as a mattress that can be certified as organic top to bottom. This is not one of those. They haven't gone to that length. However, they have gone to the effort of getting, or they are at least in process of going to the effort of getting a number of other certifications that can give you some comfort about both the natural materials used, how they are obtained, as well as the lack of harmful chemicals. So starting with the latex itself, that's going to be certified by both the Rainforest Alliance as well as the Forest Stewardship Council. Essentially, both of those are organizations that look to make sure that the latex, which again comes from the sap of a rubber tree, so coming from a forest of latex trees, that they're ensuring that those forests are being forested responsibly, so sustainable harvesting and things like that. That's what those two certifications are getting at. Another set of certifications that they're going to be obtaining is OEKO-TEX. So OEKO-TEX, specifically the OEKO-TEX 100 standard, is one that looks at the individual components and essentially looks for the presence of harmful materials or harmful chemicals in those materials, and basically certifies that none are found beyond perhaps some minimally acceptable threshold. But OEKO-TEX is a pretty well-regarded and well-known standard for textiles and the mattress industry. And so that's another standard they're going to be looking at, and that's going to be, I believe they're going to be getting the entire mattress certified to that standard, which would essentially require that every material and component of the mattress meets the OEKO-TEX 100 standards. The next thing they're going to be doing is they're going to be getting 2 certifications that relate to essentially off-gassing. So one of them is called Green Guard Gold. Green Guard looks for, essentially it's an indoor air quality standard. Gold is their higher level, that you can be Green Guard certified and you can be Green Guard Gold. Gold is meant to be suitable for being around small children, being in healthcare facilities and other places where people are likely to be more sensitive to off-gassing emissions. And essentially, it's certifying that, again, the off-gassing is below a minimally acceptable threshold for those high standards of those sensitive environments. So that's one of them. And the other one that's sort of similar in terms of what it's looking for is called the Eco Institute. It's a German laboratory that will also test the mattress and test emissions and certify that, again, it's not finding harmful VOCs coming from the mattress. So whether it's lack of harmful chemicals or the use of responsible, natural, sustainable materials in your mattress, I think those certifications, that family of certifications that Sealy will be obtaining on these mattresses, is certainly something that can give you some added comfort in looking at these mattresses. All right, so the last thing I want to cover here is just the distinctions between these three different models in this collection. And as I mentioned, this is not a good, better, best situation. These are all going to be the same price, somewhere most likely in the $3,000 to $4,000 range, queen size, mattress only price. You can check GoodBed, by the way, for the latest prices, as well as looking for any currently available discounts that you might find on these products. But in terms of the differences, really it's going to come down to feel. Now, all of these are going to have some similarities in their feel. They're all going to have a fair bit of bounce, both deep bounce because they're coil mattresses, as well as surface bounce because the latex itself is a pretty springy material. You might find just a teensy bit more surface bounce on the firm than on the soft, for example, but generally speaking, pretty similar on that. None of them are going to have any memory feel to speak of, none of that slow responsiveness or anything like that because they don't have any memory foam, and latex is a quick responding material. The real differences in the feel are going to come in the softness, but even there, the differences are not maybe as pronounced as you might find in some other collections. So for example, I'm on the firm right now, and this one we would probably classify as medium firm on our softness spectrum, and a little bit shallower than average cushioning depth. Latex in general is going to give you more of a floaty type of feeling, so combine that with a little bit shallower than average cushioning, you're certainly going to get more of that sleeping on your mattress sensation than a sleeping in your mattress sensation. As you move over to the medium and the soft, you're going to get a little bit more cushioning depth and a little bit more softness, but it's not a huge difference. Let's talk about the soft, since that's the kind of other end of the spectrum. We would classify the soft as a straight up medium on our softness spectrum. And the cushioning depth wise, we'd classify it as probably about average amount of cushioning depth. But when you combine that with the fact that latex, as I mentioned, has kind of a natural buoyant type of feel that gives you a little bit more of a floaty sensation, overall, I think you're still gonna get more of that sleeping on your mattress type of experience than a sleeping in your mattress, even on the soft. But certainly more in your mattress than on the firm, or the medium for that matter. The medium, by the way, would be somewhere in between the two, obviously, but we'd probably say it's not softer enough than the firm to make it all the way to being a medium on our softness spectrum. We'd probably still classify it as a medium firm, although it is certainly softer than the medium firm classification we would give to the firm model. So if you're choosing between these three mattresses, obviously I think this is going to come down to two key things here. One is your comfort preference, which is no better or worse, it's just your personal preference. The second is going to be principally about your preferred sleep position, but also to a degree your weight might factor in. So for example, if you're a stomach sleeper, I think you might lean a little bit more towards the firm or maybe the medium. The medium I think actually would be fine for all but the heaviest stomach sleepers. Whereas if you're a side sleeper, you probably are going to lean more towards the soft or maybe the medium, but particularly if you're a lighter side sleeper, you might really prefer the soft over the medium. But again, all that is going to be balanced against your general comfort preferences as well. All right, so there you have it. We hope you found that to be a helpful introduction to the brand new Sealy Naturals collection of mattresses. For more helpful information about how to choose the right mattress for you, go to goodbed.com. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and we really hope you sleep well.